Messianic Jews, church history isn't just history, it's trauma. If you're new here, hi, my name is Rachel. I'm your Messianic Jewish friend, and on my channel, we talk about all things Messianic. Today, we're going to talk about the Council of Laodicea. This council was held in 363 to 364 AD, and it was shortly after Constantine's death. This was a regional one. It wasn't a universal one, but it was very significant and made a huge impact on the church and with Jewish believers. So the main purpose of this church council was to bring order to church practices and also condemn any heresy or pagan practices that were going on and standardize Christian worship. Although the church councils were helpful, the councils also had anti-Semitic leanings that ended up leading to centuries of persecution for Jews. So Canon 29 is one of the main rulings that had a big effect on Jews, and that is when they officially outlawed Sabbath, and here's a direct quote: "Christians must not Judaize by resting on the Sabbath, but must work on that day, rather honoring the Lord's day, and if they can, resting then as Christians." Canon 37 stated, in quotes, "It is not lawful to receive portions sent from the feast of Jews or heretics, nor to feast together with them." The way this comes off is it's assuming that Jewish festivals and the Jewish people are spiritually dangerous or theologically corrupt, and it created a social and religious separation from Jewish believers. Canon 38 says, "It is not lawful to receive unleavened bread from the Jews, nor to be partakers of their impiety." This refers to matzah during Passover, and this was basically portraying that Torah observance is irreverence. So although the church councils were good in they were calling out heresy and creating some form of order, this council also criminalized Torah observance and laid the groundwork for centuries of anti-Semitism and replacement theology. So what should have happened instead? I believe that Jewish believers should have had a seat at the table during these church councils and been able to talk through these things to preserve the beauty and distinction between Jewish believers and Gentile believers, while still honoring the Jewish heritage for the Gentile believer, so focusing on the simplicity of the gospel, and by focusing on the freedom that the Gentile believers have in the Spirit. And the kicker is to not ask Jewish believers to assimilate. In conclusion, this needs to be revisited. So although church history could be a little triggering for us Messianic Jews, God is still working. He has a plan to bring order and restoration. This is the age of the Gentiles, and there's prophecies in the Bible that talk about this. If you'd like me to go into like a deep dive on that, let me know. I still think it's really important to talk about the history, because if you don't know the history, then how do you know where to go from here? So that is my deep dive on the Council of Laodicea. My eye is kind of twitching. Can you see this? Oh my goodness. I think we're going to table the councils now, but I hope you enjoyed this series, and let me know if you have any questions. I'll talk to you later. Bye.